How one misread word in Isaiah 52:13 through 15 changes everything. Many commentators think that Isaiah 52:13 through 15 and Isaiah 53 are about the same servant, but I think that Isaiah 52:13 through 15 is about Israel, and Isaiah 53 is about King Hezekiah. King Hezekiah was a king of Judah, and his life and rule are discussed in 2 Kings 18 through 20, Isaiah 36 through 39, and in 2 Chronicles 29 through 32. Isaiah 52:13, usual translation. Behold, my servant will prosper. He will be high, and he will be lifted up, and he will be very high. Isaiah 52:14 through 15, usual translation, is marred. Like we're shocked or appalled about you, multitudes, thus is marred from a man his image, and from sons of man his form. Thus he will sprinkle many nations. Or it could say, like we're shocked or appalled about you, multitudes, thus is marred or is a corruption from a man his image, and from sons of man his form. Thus he will sprinkle or he will startle many nations. Maybe, like they were shocked about Israel, they were shocked about King Hezekiah because they were both possibly scarred by illnesses. Israel was covered with wounds in Isaiah 1, 5 through 6, and maybe King Hezekiah had a boil on his face. Isaiah 38:21 says he had a boil, but it does not say where. Some translators say the word translated as is marred or is corrupted is really the noun corruption from the hofal form of the verb. They also say Leviticus 22:25, Leviticus 22:25, Proverbs 25:26, and Malachi 1:14 use hofal verb forms of the same verb root. I think all of these might be pual forms, which might look the same. I don't think it really matters which form they are based on, except that I think the hofal form is used for a different possible meaning that I will explain later. To sprinkle. The verb translated as to startle in Isaiah 52:15 really means to sprinkle in Hebrew and to startle in Arabic. This quote is the only time the word is translated as to startle in the Hebrew Bible, and I think it is because the translators are just guessing the meaning of the quote. Isaiah 52:14 through 15, alternative translations, destroyer. Like we're shocked or appalled about you multitudes, so is a destroyer. From a man is his image, and from sons of man his form. Thus he will sprinkle, or he will cause to sprinkle many nations. I think this quote is about God as the destroyer who is shocked like the multitudes were shocked about Israel. Isaiah 63, 1 through 6 mentions God looking like a man covered in blood from a winepress where he trampled the nations, and their blood was sprinkled on him. Isaiah 63:5 and Isaiah 59:16 say God was shocked that there was no person to do anything, so he did something. Winepress. Joel 4:9 through 16 mentions a winepress in a valley of judgment where God will judge the nations, but it does not mention if the people will see a vision of God trampling the nations there. Vision of God. Isaiah 52:14 through 15 could mean that God will be seen looking like a man trampling the nations in a vision, although Isaiah 63 does not say that God will be seen in a vision. Exodus 33:20 says people can't see God's face and live, although Moses was allowed to see God's back but not his face in Exodus 33:23. For this reason, I think that Isaiah 52:14 through 15 is about God being seen trampling the nations in a vision. I think that God could be seen in visions and dreams because you're not actually seeing God in visions or dreams. The angel of God's presence. Isaiah 52:14 through 15 could also be about the angel of God's presence trampling the nations because God's name or his presence is in that angel, and that angel looks like a man. If the angel of God's presence will trample the nations, then the people could see it happen in a vision or in reality because they can see that angel without dying. Exodus 23:20 through 22 mentioned an angel that has God's name in it, and that the people should listen to its voice and do all that God will speak. I think that God's name in the angel was really his presence in the angel, so God could speak to people through the angel's mouth if he wanted to. It probably sounded like the angel was talking, but really God was talking through it to people. I think the person would hear the angel's voice, but God would be speaking. Deuteronomy 12:5, 11, and 21, and Deuteronomy 14:23 through 24, and some more quotes mention that God will put his name a certain place. This could mean that he will put his presence in a certain place, but the Hebrew Bible does not really explain what God meant by this. Isaiah 30:27 says that the name of the Lord is coming from far away. This quote could be about the angel with God's name in it coming to punish the nations. I think God put his spirit on prophets who spoke for him, but he put his name or his presence in the angel that he spoke through. The Hebrew Bible does not say if only one angel spoke as God or if more than one angel did. Isaiah 63:9 also mentions the angel of God's presence, which might be the same angel mentioned in Exodus 23:20-22. Hephil or Piel form of the verb to destroy. I think the verb for destroyer could be the Hephil or Piel form of the verb to destroy. I'm not going to go into a lot of details about the verb, except to say that the Hephil form of it in the present participle or present tense should have a letter yud in it, but it doesn't in this verse. I don't think it has to have the letter yud in it always. Also, the Hephil form is usually used for destroyer and not really the Piel form of the verb. Profile form of the verb. Jeremiah 22:7 has the same verb translated as destroyers in plural without the letter yud in it. It's possible that it is also the Hephil or Piel form, but it could be the Hofal form of the verb, which could mean ones caused to destroy. Isaiah 52:14-15, alternative translation, Hofal form. Like we're shocked about you multitudes, so is one caused to destroy. From a man is his form, and from sons of man his image. Thus he will sprinkle, or he will cause to sprinkle many nations. In Isaiah 63:1-6, God says that he was caused to trample the nations because of what he saw. So maybe he could be called one caused to destroy in Isaiah 52:14-15. My book. The information in this video is from my self-published book called How to Fix the Hebrew Bible and Save Judaism, Volume 3, Isaiah 41 to Jonah.